Why would you change from like a Deloitte, an Accenture, PwC, EY, IBM to Digital Ventures? So personally, I've also worked 7 years for Deloitte, so I know these companies very well. They are great, especially when you're young. You're learning a lot. You get a lot of coaching, good training, high-performing environments. So you really need to step up. You see various interesting projects if you're lucky. But at a certain point, you come to the level of like senior consultant or beginning of manager. And that's the question, right? What do you want to do then? What career do you want? And what we see is a lot of people, they are not really interested in becoming a manager, senior manager, director, partner. And at that point in time, it's a little bit, okay, what are my options, right? Either you go to a client, take an internal role, you can go to a boutique or start your own boutique, or become a freelancer. And that are a little bit the options that I see there, because very often when you get to the senior consultant, manager level at these big four companies, yeah, you kind of hit like a remuneration ceiling, right? You can't go up very much unless you progress really into that partner role. Maybe you're tired of all the internal activities that you need to do, because it's very competitive. If you don't do the internal activities, you won't get good scores and a good bonus. And maybe you just want to focus on doing your actually work, doing your projects, working with your customers, and not take care too much of all these internal activities. Maybe you're also tired of working these 50, 60-hour work weeks that are typical in these big consulting companies, and you want to find something different. On the other hand, of course, you can become a freelancer, but what I see a lot with freelancers as well is they're just on their own. A lot or maybe not so strong in selling themselves or not that good at it. So it's always a bit also a hassle to find follow-up projects and don't have this gap in between, and that's where I think the model that we have with Digital Ventures is very interesting for such profiles, because we kind of blend the best of all three. We primarily focus on advising on the customer side, so you're really part of the customer team. We really have still a company, so you have colleagues, you have peers where you can ask things. We have training, we have offices, but without the hassle of, you need to do this internal activity and that internal activity. And on the other hand, we also pay almost the same as freelancers. So you really have the best of all the three options and situations that you can have. So I think for people really senior consultants, early managers, have a look at it, have a look at our website. I think it's an interesting model. Contact me. I'm happy to explain more in detail and show you how it works.